Hello, Myspace TV, Myspace Live. I'm sitting here with four lovely, lovely cast members from the latest movie, Tomorrow When the War Began. On my left here, we have the lovely Rachel, then Andy, Caitlin, and of course, Christopher. Now, guys, you've just made a movie all together. How's it been hanging out for like the last year, 6 months, however long you've been doing it, Rachel?
Terrible.
Well, the good news is we haven't been hanging out for a year.
Yes.
I mean, we hung out when we were filming, and then we've sort of seen a couple of each other intermittently since filming. But it's really nice to be back with everyone.
Andrew, this one's from Claire. She's a lovely girl from Western Australia.
Yeah.
Was there a particularly powerful or emotional scene that was difficult for you to film?
Yeah, probably our scene with the gun. Remember? I thought that was pretty. Caitlin held a real gun to my head and threatened to kill me, so that was pretty hard.
Into your chest a few
Yeah,
times.
even though you checked it a million times and there was no bullets in it, it was still a real gun getting pointed to your head.
You don't like guns anyway.
And I hate guns.
Yeah.
Hate all guns. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, Rachel, as actors, what directional methods work best and allow you to best get into character? Do you prefer detail or do you enjoy the opportunity to interpret your character and allow it to develop as your own? That is Nathan, the guy who is studying drama.
Nah, bloody hell,
Yeah.
Nathan.
Chill out.
Jesus.
So I'll break it down.
No, I understand.
You do understand?
Yeah.
Because I've got no idea what he's talking
Nathan,
about. I'm not an
Nathan
actor.
just wants us to write his assignment for him. That's all he wants.
Two and two papers.
Well, I think it's nice to have a bit of both. It's nice to have freedom sometimes, but then also it's nice when the director has what they want. And so if you have specific direction, it can be brilliant because you know that the director knows what they want, like I just said. But yeah, it's also good to be able to do a bit of improv and ad-libbing and all that kind of stuff. There's a bit of technical jargon for him.
Improv.
And Caitlin, how'd you find the transition from TV to movies?
I think it was quite easy because when you're doing television, you only have about, you've got to film 20 minutes of footage in one day. So there's just, the time restriction is ridiculous. But when you come to film, you have about 3 minutes to film in one day. And it gives you a lot more time to work on, your craft and your character. So they're both very difficult in their own way, but just in entirely, different ways.
This has been Group 1. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. We're now going to cut to the trailer of your fantastic movie.
Great.
And then we're going to get Group 2, the A-team in. Sorry, guys. But
Oh!
they bribed me.
Open to debate, honestly.
See you soon. 45 seconds. Awesome trailer. Thank you very much.
Bye.
For us, this war begins tomorrow.
All right, we are back with the second group of the Tomorrow When the War Began movie cast. We have Dennis, Ashley, Phoebe and Lincoln all joining us on the couch now. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that users have sent through. Cool. Also, guys, if you're on the web and you want to send some questions through, jump onto myspace.com/liveau and send them straight to us and we can ask them direct. So the first one's for you, Phoebe. Do you have anything in common with your character? It's a pretty easy one.
I guess the boys would probably say I'm a bit princessy like Fee.
Well, they're both hot. One's hotter than the other.
But no, I mean, I think I'm probably a little bit more like...
Clumsy?
No, yeah, probably clumsy like Fee as well. I'm probably a bit more like worldly than Fee is. I think Fee's very sheltered and a bit more naive and innocent. Not that I'm not innocent. But, you know what I mean? Next question!
All right, then next question for you again. Do you feel that your cast members are making you the scapegoat for everything so far?
Absolutely. What did the guys say in the group for me?
I'm not sure. You'll have to recheck afterwards. But they were very nice.
I know.
No one's mentioned a bad thing about you.
Great news.
Excellent. Now, Lincoln.
Kidding.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
Good, mate. How you going?
How did you find the transition from TV to feature films?
Pretty. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be because it's still the same kind of thing. I mean, you have to put in the same kind of work and preparation. I just think everything's done on a grander scale with the explosions, with the guns, everything like that. And with a film, everything has to be the perfect lighting, the perfect camera angle, the perfect shot. But obviously it's a lot slower than television. With television, you're filming 2.5 hours per week, whereas with this, we're filming about 2 minutes a day. Yeah.
Now, Dennis, this is from John. Did you enjoy holding a gun the entire set?
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't realise how heavy those things were. They're actually really... One wasn't even loaded. It was it was really heavy, so it was cool. I mean, I was the one that got to play with the gun the most. These guys
Did you have to do extra weight training or anything to hold these?
It didn't need it.
to
It didn't need it. He was massive.
We actually had personal training for like 3 weeks before we actually started shooting, so...
It's cheaper than fitness first, that's for sure.
That is very true, very true.
Lincoln, this is from Casey, another live question.
G'day, Casey.
She's a big
Cheers.
fan of you in Home and Away. Do you miss the series?
Yeah, I mean, I do. It was a great show to work on, and you know, as if it couldn't be fun. You spend half the time on a beach, and all the females are really unattractive. So it's not as attractive as Tomorrow in the War Begin cast, though. So no, but it was yeah. I honestly I've had time to think about it now. I went straight on to Tomorrow in the War Began, and you know that kept me busy, and I had so much fun, so I didn't really think about it. But you know, I do kind of miss the chilled out feel of Summer Bay.
Ashley, this is a live question from Annette. Is the movie going to be as good as the book? I'm sorry for giving you all the really tough questions.
You say questions.
So in my introduction, I'd like to talk about, yeah, it's a hard one to answer. I mean, it's hard to be objective about the film, watching it, because we're so involved in it. It's kind of intertwined. Yeah.
Each person has their own interpretation of the book, because when you're reading it, it's all up to the reader with their
imagination.
own. Exactly, but the person who wrote the book, John Marsden, has said it's better than he could have ever imagined. And when you hear that from the person who created it, I think that gives us a good feel.
It's also like, hopefully they kind of bounce off each other. I hope people read the book and go, I can't wait to see the film, or see the film and go, God, I want to go and reread the book, or go and buy the book and read it for the first time. So hopefully they kind of complement each other.
And I think the essence of the book is still there in the film.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was the main thing we all wanted as a cast, is we really wanted to do the book justice. So that was sort of the main focus we had.
Now, have you all met John Marsden?
Yeah, we all did. He came to set. That was really cool.
Did you have a big sit-down dinner and talk about his ideas for characters?
We didn't get to have a feed or anything like that, but
he came to set. He came to set with his family, and he checked out the whole production and was blown away by it. So that was cool.
It was very interesting. And
yeah.
That's good. Now, this one's from Rosie. Has anyone considered joining the army after making the movie?
God, no.
Oh,
no.
Ash, you can handle this one, thank you.
Jesus.
Right. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not really one for the guns, so
I mean, we'll probably
well, not those kinds, but these ones.
We'll probably go play some play some Call of Duty or some Halo, and that's as hectic as we're going to go.
Xbox is
but good on everyone in the army.
But thank you, guys.
Just picture Phoebe in an army suit, and she's like,
admiration.
okay.
Let's go.
Now, guys, this fun has got to come to an end, unfortunately.
No.
I've got to go home. You've got to go to a war and then another premiere. So
Awesome.
Thank you very much for joining us on Myspace.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Wave to the guys.
Thank you.
And we will see you soon on Myspace Live AU. Thank you very much, guys. Go see the movie Tomorrow When the War Began. Amazing.
Personal favour,
Please.
buy you some chips.